The first match this FSL I'll be casting, and it will be SM Black vs Shift. Let's have a really quick look at the lineups before we get into it. For SM Blacks we have Shaz, Oscar, Meeks, Day, Timebreaker, Ewan, Husky and Bulls lining up, and they are facing off against Team Shift. And lining up for them are Ox, Moose, Acid, Dave, Flashtube, Mayonnaise, Doomsday and Adam. I'd argue on paper Shift is the favorite here, especially after they won their first group stage match earlier today against Evo. They also seeded higher in the qualifications. I think they seeded second, while SM Black seeded in fourth place. But they should still be able to pull up a good fight. They did remarkably well in the seeding. I actually didn't expect them to do this well, but I guess I really misjudged it. And I'm keen to see whether or not they can put up a good fight against Team Shift. Shift also most likely one of the tournament favorites. So yeah, my bet's on them, but SM is definitely good for a surprise. Yeah, how much time do we have? We have 4 minutes to go. I was going to show you the map trailers, but I had a couple of technical issues as usual, so I didn't have time to pull them up yet. Let me just do that really quick. Alright, the maps today will be Emperor by Everywhere, Water Slides by... No, never mind. Everywhere maps for next week, right?
Dein Laptop.
Ah, of course. Fuck me. Should have done this in a tab that actually has adblock on it. Alright, it will be Water Slides by Darren, Atomized by Mayonnaise, and High Voltage by Switch. And I think I have to mute Spotify beforehand. Okay, improvising the technicals here. Okay, let's get into the first trailer. It is Water Slides by Darren, map you're all too familiar with because you all had to play it in quali. But it's a good way to kill time for me, so I don't have to talk about stuff I don't know shit about. And yeah, here we go. Oh, awesome. Nothing is working. Okay, we'll stay here. Wait, sound is also not working, huh? Is it? Is sound working, guys? Sorry, you have to be my testing helpers. Do you have sound if I start the video? Perfect. Your match is already about to go live. Why are you so on time? I'm not used to this. And we'll have to cancel this. One more warm-up. Okay. Well. Here we go. Replay mode. Oh, I have to disable all the plugins again. Love it. Yeah, I thought the match was about to go live, Carl. You were jamming. I guess most people were, but we're already in the last warm-up, I heard. Or I read, I think, yeah. Just one more warm-up. So we're gonna have to skip all the pre-match shenanigans, aka watching the videos. And we're getting right into it, I guess. Again, the maps are gonna be Atomized by Mayonnaise, High Voltage by Switch, and the quali map you've just seen a glimpse of And we are not live yet. We have 2 more warm-ups. Okay, I could have very well shown the entire video at least, but here we are anyways. Let me head to the in-game scene already so I do not forget this. And it mercifully actually works today. Beautiful. How many of all drivers? What? It is Group 1 indeed car, so I expect all drivers to finish most of the rounds. Anyways, we're live with round number 1. Everybody made the start, Mario actually barely making it, but stays in the mix, even stays ahead of Chessbot, who had a little bit of trouble and is now trailing the pack, but is still close enough to make a difference here. Currently it's looking better for Shift with Dave in first, but he's followed by 2 SM players. Well, that's 1 man down. Was that actually? Oh, that's 2 men down. Dave also down. Now it's really looking really good for SM. It's Meeks in first, and it's just Mario really contesting the lead right now. In third place, he has just overtaken Bulls for second, but as long as Meeks manages to stay in first, they won't have much of an impact. Though Mario is looking to snipe him, and I think he has successfully done so. He has done so indeed, though it is SM occupying second, third, and fourth, and they will win round number 1 regardless. Oh yeah, I left camera on. I didn't intend to leave camera on. Okay, now we're finally settled with all the technicals. Jesus. We're live with round number 2. This time it's Dave taking the lead right off the start. Contested by Bulls and Meeks again. Let's have a look at the back, where Oscar has already dropped off quite a bit, but so have FlashTube and Duma, I believe. Yes, they're out of the mix already, more or less. Meanwhile, Bulls has overtaken Dave first, and Mario and Meeks will pass Dave as well. Currently looking like a good run for SM again. Mario really needs to make the difference here, and he has to snipe first place yet again. Though that will not even matter now that Dave has made a major mistake. Mario is looking to snipe first again, with Bulls making a mistake towards the ending. Mario takes first yet again, but he is followed by all 4 SM players, who capitalize on quite a few mistakes by Shift and secure a second round. Again, Dave with the best start. He seems to have it figured out really well. And Mario is close by again. This time it's Bulls making the first major mistake of the round, so huge advantage to Shift here with Mario and Dave in the top spots, and Dooms and FlashTube following right behind currently Shift in ace formation. But I think Oscar does not want that to happen. He has already overtaken Duma and is now fighting with FlashTube for third, and both of them are catching up to Dave, who has dropped a little bit of speed, but he has actually got a nice section here, that's regaining most of that speed. Meanwhile, Oscar has dropped FlashTube a little bit, but FlashTube is coming back at him here. Though it won't really matter whether or not Oscar stays in third, as Mario and Dave have the round on lockdown with a 1 minute, 0.14 and a 0.5, securing the first point for Shift. Yeah, you might think that Mario knows the map indeed. He's doing very, very well for Shift so far, winning all the rounds. Much better start by most of the players. This time we have a very close pack. And Oscar and FlashTube being dropped a little bit, and I think never mind, Doomsday is still in the mix, he hasn't been dropped. Let's actually have a look at him. It's currently Mayo pulling into the lead, Dave following right behind, and Bulls contesting the top spots, so Mayo has pulled to quite a significant advantage already and should have first on lockdown once more. So Bulls and Meeks will have to make do with attacking Dave for second place. Oh, as it looks right now, that should not be enough as Mayo takes first. Oh, never mind, Dave has completely crashed, and with that it will be enough indeed as SM takes second, third and fifth. And that should be another SM point, right? Yes, it is another SM point indeed. As we see, I think it was Meeks actually crashing into the first checkpoint, barely making the jump, but I think, yeah, he is definitely out of this round, so advantage shift here. Bulls is currently in first, and he will need that first place, as they are currently down a man. Oscar also doing well for himself, but it's Mayo yet again in the lead, looking to deny SM another point as Dave makes the mistake. Will he be able to finish? And there's no major speed check coming up anymore, right? So he should be able to make it. Actually, can he make the turnover? Let's see. Yeah, he can. He should be able to finish. As Mayo is in first, followed by two SM players and FlashTube. With Shazbot in fifth, it will be another 2-3-5, I believe, and with that it will be another point for SM. And I think Dave wasn't able to finish, so maybe the finish is too much of a speed check if you crash beforehand. I kind of forgot about that. Good starts by pretty much all the players. It's only Shaz who has struggled a little bit and is now trailing, though he has maintained enough speed. Goes very, very wide, almost clips the flag here. FlashTube with the first crash of the round. So again, advantage for SM. Even though Mayo is still in first place. Mayo has won every single round so far, right? Ooh, that is a major mistake. So now it's looking very, very good for SM once more, who capitalize time and time again on crashes by the shift players. Though I'm actually talking shit, it's not advantage. No, never mind, it is advantage SM. Right? Oh, it was advantage SM. A lot of mistakes this round, and it will actually be a point for shift. It's Mayo in first, Duma in third, and Dave in fourth. And yeah, Mayo is carrying this one indeed. But currently, even that won't be enough, because SM is still leading the match. Why can I not see the total? Okay, I can. I was kind of confused by the overlay for a second. And yeah, Mayo is not looking to change his pace. He's in first once more, followed by two of his teammates this time around. So let's see if Shift can win this one without the help of the SM players crashing. And FlashTube with a bit of a bumpy landing there will be passed by the rest of the pack. But as long as Mayo and Dave have first and second on lockdown, it's looking good for Shift. Let's have a look at Meeks, who's trying to get closer to Mayo and Dave. Ooh, Mayo makes his first mistake of the match, drops out of this round. And now it will be another SM point with Oscar, Meeks and Bulls in second, third and fourth, capitalizing on even more mistakes by the shift players, who are kind of their own worst enemies on this map so far. Because they seem to beat SM on pace, but they're making a hell of a lot of mistakes. Talking about mistakes, this time it's Meeks making one. Crashing the start, though he has maintained enough speed to be able to finish. So let's have a look at the front where Dave is currently occupying 3rd place. Yeah, kind of. Though he has just passed Duma and an SM player who must have crashed. Yeah. And now it's Shift in ace formation occupying all 4 top spots, though Oscar is slowly catching up and has advanced into 2nd place. That's really good speed here. Passing all of the Shift players and FlashTube, who I think just crashed out of the round. Yes. And there must... What is happening? Okay. Dave is back in 1st, has repassed Oscar. And him and Mayo should have 1st and 3rd place here. Will that be enough? I'm not sure, because there isn't any more finishes, right? So it will be another point for SM. It will be indeed. There is yet another round. Shift is kind of gifted to SM. But yeah, SM is keeping it consistent and reasonably quick. And they're doing very well capitalizing on all those mistakes Shift is making. And again, better start for Shift. All 4 players in the mix for the top spot. Now Meeks is currently leading. He is being attacked by FlashTube and Mayo, though FlashTube with a bit of an awkward line there will lose quite some speed. So will Duma. Duma's actually out of this round. So now it will be even more important if Mayo can snipe for the win once more. Though Meeks has maintained very good speed here. Now it's all about the tube exit. Mayo gets it a little better. Might actually catch it. It's going to be a close one this time. And he does catch Meeks yet again by 0.02 of a second. What a snipe. Though it still won't matter, because yet again there is too many mistakes by the Shift players. Only 2 of them finishing, and that is the first map going to SM. Who are looking to be good for a surprise today, indeed. Being very consistent and reasonably quick here. Using the opportunities Shift has granted them, really. And with that, we will be moving on to the second map. For those of you who don't know, format is mercifully simple this tournament. It's just 3 maps. All 3 maps will be played in a 4 versus 4 sub match to 7 points. So Shift is still able to win this match overall if they win the next 2 sub matches. SpeedMania, Black simply has to win 1 more to secure the win. Now we're seeing a couple new players joining the server who've most likely been warming up on high voltage by Switch, the upcoming map. And I'm kinda tempted to queue up the video, but instead I have a game crash, I suppose. So I'll have to restart the game instead of queuing up a video. And probably having to skip half the video because the match is about to go live. Well, the game should be back up in time. This will probably happen a bunch more times today and in the upcoming weeks. I don't really know what is causing these game crashes. It's been happening for the past couple months. I'll just have to live with it. Yeah, average SpeedMania experience indeed. Anyways, we're back. We're not even in the last 2 warm-ups yet, so we have plenty of time. Yeah, I probably have to disable all the plugins again. Yeah. At least all the useless ones. Alright, here we go. Second map, as previously mentioned, will be high voltage by switch. Completely different map compared to the first one we've seen. Though it's relatively transitional as well, I'd say. But definitely not as transition heavy as the Mario map. It's more about the features and getting cleaner SDs. Map 1 went in SM Black's favor, Devo. Shift technically had the pace to win it, but they made just a almost humongous amount of mistakes, which SM didn't, so yeah, they took it, I think, with 7-2. I'm kind of curious how players are going to approach this map in rounds, because there's quite a few places where you can take very, very risky lines that can technically grant you a lot of speed, but can also pretty much end your round immediately. And I'm curious to see whether or not there is players going for those more risky lines. Especially in the start, like this, the sausage transition. I can point it out next time I see Moose driving it. There's the sausage transition, where you can drop off to the right of it a little bit to get lower airtime, but if you overdo it, you're just gonna full crash. See if we get to it in the first 15 seconds, but it should be within the first 15 seconds. And there's also alternative lines you can do here at the grass part. I've seen some players SD the grass and then overslide the grass exit. It's this sausage transition I was talking about, by the way. But I've seen some players overslide the exit of the grass part to then get a clean SD on the road, and I've seen some players just clean SD the grass part and then no slide the road part in order to secure a clean SD 100%. You can of course get it completely right and get a good grass SD and a good road SD, but it's incredibly difficult to set up for. And yeah, I think we will have a couple of people opting for more safer approaches. Anyways, we're live with round number 1. Moose is definitely not opting for the safer approach, actually getting both SDs reasonably well. And going into the lead. So it's still a very close one. With Moose, Timebreaker, Ewan, Ox and Oscar all within a car's length. Ox is now separated a little bit, pulling away. But he also has a really good turnover compared to Oscar at least. Day is still within reach of Ox. And I think Ox really needs that first place, because we have 2 SM players behind him, then we have his 2 teammates. It's Timebreaker, who has dropped really far behind by the looks. Where's Acid? Yeah, Dave and Acid will come home in 4th and 5th, and with Ox taking first, that will secure round number 1 for Shift. Round number 2. Acid entering the grass a little wider than the other players, but he gets the SDs really well, so maintains good speed. Ooh, he opts for a tighter line here that will cost him a lot of speed, because you get more airtime and a shorter SD, so as a result the top 4 are pulling away a little bit. Way different line by Acid here, okay. I don't think that was intended, because it lost him further speed, and now the fight for the top spots is between Ox, Oscar, Timebreaker and Moose really, unless there will be mistakes and Acid and they can catch up. Timebreaker is the first one making a bit of a mistake in the first pack, and he has already been caught by Acid and Darren. Meanwhile, Ox and Moose seem to have first and second on lockdown here. They're slowly pulling away, with Ox looking to secure back-to-back first places. Oscar is losing further speed, and Acid will even pass Darren, who I think full crashed actually. Yes, he will not be able to finish, and it's Shift taking back-to-back rounds. Good stuff. Wait, you're hearing a bus? Is the bus gone, or is it still here? It comes with an engine sound? I mean, if it's just that, I can just put on music and wait. And cut off the engine sound? Does that fix it? Okay, then we'll have to go without the in-game sound, unfortunately. But it is what it is. I've never had that one either. I've only had issues with my mic, but not with a game sound. Maybe it's because of the game crash and the restart. Well, it's a bit unfortunate. Anyways, we're looking at round number 3, and it's again looking good for Shift with Moose and Ox in first and second, chased by Timebreaker, Oscar, and Darren. But Dave, coming home in 6th, will secure the round for Shift, who take 3 points in a row. Maybe it will be fixed after the next game crash. I mean, I suppose the game will crash after the next map skip anyway, so then I can try if it works again. We're heading into round number 4, and slowly but surely SM really needs a point, or it's going to be very, very difficult to contest Shift here. Though so far it's looking better for Shift. It's Ox in the lead again. Ox getting very, very good starts, very consistently here. But SM still has 1 or 2 words to say about this. It's Timebreaker and Oscar who have caught up and now taken first and second, maybe first and third, depending where Moose ends up here. It's really, really close. Slightly different lines by Acid. And Oscar is slowly advancing into first place, but it's still a close fight. Let's see, Moose has actually overtaken Oscar, I think, but Oscar with a better finish line still takes first place. First for Oscar, third for Timebreaker, fifth for Darren, and with that it will be the first point for SpeedMania indeed, and that was a very, very good round. I mean, it's kind of weird to cast without game sound on, but it will do for one map. It's Acid taking the lead this time with a slightly different line, but again he ends up with less exit speed after the sausage transition because he gets more airtime, and Moose gets it way better, has distanced Acid and all SM players, who are still fighting with Acid, and they really do need to pass him, because I don't think Moose will be giving any freebies this round. He has pretty much won this one already. I'm trying to caster curse him as hard as I can here, but I think he has got it covered. And Acid looking solid in second. They seems to have a bit more speed. Actually, he had a bit more speed. Now it's looking about equal again. And Acid gets this feature way better, gets a better ending, and secures second place. And with that, it should be another point for Shift, and it will be indeed with Ox in 5th and Dave in 7th. The Moose is loose indeed, with a very solid time here. Ooh, who was that struggling there? Holy, somebody really struggled with the start. Okay, can't find him. Unlucky. We'll see. Moose again in first with the best start. But this time it's 3 SM players close by, and Oscar already attacking him for first. Meanwhile, Acid is back in the mix, I think. Nah, no, really. He's at a respectable distance in 4th place. Though we have lost one SM player in the fight for the top spots, and we've lost a second one as I speak. Now it's just up to Darren to try and deny Moose another first place, but Moose seems to have it covered. He has pulled away quite a bit and he has gotten more speed. And with Dave and Acid in third and fourth currently, it's looking very, very good for Shift to secure another point. And they do secure another point indeed. And with that, we're looking at a 5-1 scoreline and Shift just needs 2 more points to tie the match in maps and bring us to map 3. I said with a way better start compared to his last 2 attempts this time. Is already in the mix for first place. He goes for better line this time, gets a lot of airtime again, but considerably less than in the last 2 rounds, and it was good enough to grant him first place for now. His teammate Dave also close, and Oscar and Timebreaker contesting as well. Moose a tiny bit behind, but he has good speed and might still be of impact in the fight for the top spots. The top spot is currently occupied by Oscar, and in the meantime Moose has passed all his teammates and is now looking to attack previously mentioned Oscar for that first place. And he is rapidly catching him with a way better feature here. Maintains a good speed and should now have first place on lockdown unless he makes a major mistake. He doesn't. Ooh, Oscar with a better end almost gets back at him. He does get back at him by 0.002 of a second. I did not expect that. But Oscar had a way better exit out of the last wall. Is it a wall? Let's just call it a feature, I guess. He sniped first place. Though it doesn't matter, it's still round number 6 for Shift. And that is map point for them as well. So now SM is in a bit of a dire situation. They have to win 6 rounds in a row, and so far it's not looking likely to happen. SM not looking bad. The rounds have mostly been very close, but Shift had definitely had the better pace overall. This round currently not looking too bad for them though. They have second, third and fourth occupied. They had fourth occupied. One of them crashed out, and now it's looking pretty bad for them indeed. With Moose, Shift and Ox in first, second and third. And yeah, Darren really needs first place here, and Oscar somehow needs to catch both Acid and Ox to make a difference. No, that is not looking likely. Unless, of course, he gets a miracle. And ooh, Darren lagging out. That looked sketchy. But it is Moose taking first, Ox third, and Acid fourth. And with that, Shift secures map number 2. Okay. Will my game crash? And most importantly, will it fix the sound? Let's find out. Okay, where map skip? I'm anxiously waiting for the next game crash. Okay, moment of truth. Okay, so far so good. Okay, no game crash. Okay, in that case, I'll just restart my audio interface and maybe, just maybe, they will fix the bug. You guys will have no sound and you won't hear me for, I don't know, maybe half a minute. Be right back. Okay, sound should be back and so should be game sound. Can you guys tell me if it's still being kind of weird and not working? Like, is there still sound issues or did that actually fix it? Sounds okay for now, okay. Let's see for how long. It's, I don't know, it's definitely kind of weird to cast without game sound. I'd be glad if it actually works. Just dial it in really quick. Shouldn't be too loud. Okay, that's definitely not too loud. Okay, looks like we're going live right away. Actually, we are already live, right? Yes, we are already live. We're already in play loop on map number 3. The map that you should be all too familiar with. It's the quali map. Watch slides by Darren himself. Darren is also playing it? No, Darren is actually not playing it. Though for Shift we have someone I haven't seen play yet. It's Adam lining up. Are we really? No, that's we're not in play loop, are we? Okay, it's not live here. That would have been a disaster of a round if it was live. So I'll just pour some more water really quick to keep my throat lubricated and working. And then it looks like we're gonna have Acid, Adam, Ox, and Mayo lining up for Shift, and Mix, Timebreaker, Shash, and Husky lining up for SM. So one new player for each team compared to the previous maps. Adam for Shift and Husky for SpeedMania. And now I suppose we're waiting for the teams to get ready and actually go live. Again, the map will be Water Slides by Darren, the map you're all too familiar with, the qualification map. So people should be very, very well prepared on this, as they had 2 weeks to prepare now and already played pretty much a match in round setting on it previously. Okay, we're actually going live now, it looks like. Okay, we're gonna get 2 more really quick warm-ups. This map, unlike the other two, has very little transitions that are important and that you can lose a lot of speed on. Instead, it is very, very SD heavy and a very fast map. So most importantly here, you have to maintain your speed and get good 800 plus speed SDs, because those will make or break your runs. And we're about to find out which team can handle the skill set this map asks for better. Thank you, PlayStation. We're actually live now. And so far so good. I don't think we've seen major mistakes yet. The field is still comparably close. We're gonna see a lot of distance between the individual players on this one, since it's just a very fast map, as we see 2 major crashes. It's Adam full crashing, and I don't really know who the other was. But it's looking better for Shift, as we have Acid moving into first place with a lot of overspeed. Ox also in the mix for that first place fight. And Husky and Mayo a little bit behind. Mix is also still in the mix, actually. See what he can do. Well, it looks like Acid has pulled way too far away. And even if Mix and Husky keep second and third, it should be a point for Shift, as Acid secures that first place with a 0.9. That's a very reasonable time. Ox in third, Mayo in fourth, and Shashbot in fifth. And it is Shift taking point number 1. Again, no major mistakes so far. The pack is even closer than last round. This time it's Ox taking first at the start, and we do not see any full crashes, so it looks like people have got their nerves under control now. And again, it's looking a lot better for Shift, with 3 players fighting for the top spots. Timebreaker has already lost too much. Okay, nice lag. Has already lost too much time to really be of impact. Well, I think we've just missed a full crash by Ox, who is out of this round, and now it's up to Acid and Adam to secure the top 2 here. And as long as they do that, Ox full crash will not really matter. Am I also lagging? Am I lagging? I hope stream is fine. Stream is fine. Okay, it's not me. And Acid and Adam will secure top 2. Indeed, Mayo in 5th, and there will be the back-to-back points for Shift. And so far it's really looking like Shift has got this map under control. They're outpacing most of the SM players, in the first 2 rounds at least. See if SM can prove me wrong and come back here. Because I doubt Shift will do them the favor they did them on the first map with just a humongous amount of crashes. Adam actually, with by far the best start, has pulled into the lead, though Husky and Timebreaker are still contesting. Husky missing an SD here. I was about to say will not be able to catch Adam anymore, but Adam does him a bit of a favor here. Full crashes, and now it's looking good for SM. It's Husky in 1st and Timebreaker in 2nd. Ox, with a lot of overspeed, is now looking to change that. He does go a bit wide here, might still have enough speed to pass Husky. He does indeed. And with Acid also in the mix, it's now not looking too bad for Shift anymore. Acid actually with a lot of extra speed, and he just missed the finish. What? There would have been a point for Shift still with the 1st and 3rd place, but with that finish miss, it won't be. Actually, it wouldn't have mattered because no one else was finishing anyways. It would have been the SM point regardless. My Acid did have a shitload of overspeed there though. That finish miss was very much not necessary. Acid with a bit of a suboptimal line here, still has good speed though, so can easily catch that back up. Good starts for the SM players this time. It's Husky and Timebreaker in 1st and 2nd, though both Acid and Ox with more speed, slowly catching up to them. Acid actually getting a really good transition here, super low airtime, extending his SDs to the maximum and passing everyone else, zooming into 1st place. Mayo apparently has also gotten the mid part very well, is now sitting in 2nd, or fighting for 2nd at least, with Husky Boy. And it's going to be a close one, but Mayo gets the better of Husky, and there will be an Acid and Mayo top 2 and another point for Shift, who are now leading the map with 3 points to 1 point. Ooh, there was a big crash. So now advantage to Shift very early on in the round with one SM player out of it. And the remaining SM players will have to work extra hard here, though that is most likely not going to happen as Husky also crashes out. And now it's just Meeks and Chaz left to do all the work. Actually, it's no one left to do all the work, really. I'm just jinxing the entire SM team by the looks of it, as Shift can cruise to an ace by simply finishing the round. Actually, Chaz is still in the mix, might catch Adam if Adam loses even more speed, but it's not likely to happen, and even if it does, it won't make a difference. He does actually catch Adam, so no ace, but still solid top 3, Ox with a 0.9, Mayo with a 0.9, and Acid also with a 0.9. Really good round by Shift anyways. That would have been a hard one to win for SM, even if they had not crashed. Though SM is slowly but surely with their backs to the walls, and they really have to make an impact now if they want to have a shot at this map. Shift is looking good here, looking reasonably consistent and looking very, very quick. We've seen a bunch of 0.9s, a bunch of 55 times, which is very good stuff in rounds. Meanwhile, SM hasn't really had the pace to contest them and look like they make a bunch of mistakes because they're forced to try and go close to their PBs to contest the rounds, which has not been working out for them here. And it's looking good for Shift again, with Acid, Mayo and Ox in the top spots, Only Timebreaker and Meek still close enough to make a difference, but that won't really happen. Timebreaker has passed Mayo, but Acid and Ox have first and second secured. Yet another 0.9 by Acid, who's doing a really solid job here, except for his finish miss, obviously. And carrying Shift through this map. Right. Again, good starts by everyone. Shift looking slightly better. But we have all the SM players still in the mix, and it's Ox making a major mistake, so good opportunity for SM here to make the points difference a tiny bit closer. But Adam, Mayo and Acid are still in the mix. I think Acid has just lost a bit of speed. So it's Timebreaker in first and Husky in the mix as well. Well, we lost him as SM player as well. Meeks must have made a major mistake, so it's looking pretty good for Shift again. As long as they keep second, third and fifth, they will win this one. And it looks like they do so indeed, winning point number 6, another one, map and match point. TM for waiting room, imagine. It's probably going to be another 12 years until TM4. Ooh, bunch of mistakes on the first transition already. Let's have a look what happened. We have Mayo, Ox and Adam still in the mix. So I think it was Acid making the mistake. But his teammates are looking poised and ready to make up for that mistakes. They have top 3 on lockdown currently. All of them have good speed, so Timebreaker will have to work hard to make a difference here. And he's dropping further speed. So Mayo lends him a helping hand, crashes out of the round. And now it's up to Adam and Ox to secure first and second, and to hope we have SM players crashing. Well, we have already lost one SM player, and Chess is also slow, so that might actually work out for them. Acid will not finish. And we have Adam and Ox in the top 2, followed by Timebreaker, Husky and Shazbot. And with that, it will be GG for Shift. No, it will be a draw actually. I cannot count, and neither can the Shift players by the looks. As they are gonna have to go again to finish off this map. But they're looking good to do so. So far it's Adam, Ox and Mayo in the mix for the top spots. Acid was a slightly slower start, but he has gathered very good speed and is now catching and overtaking pretty much everyone else. I think only Ox and Husky have comparable speed. And yeah, it's between those 3 now for first place, with Adam, Meeks, Timebreaker and Mayo trailing at a bit of a distance. So they most likely won't change much here, and Husky pretty much has to push for first. Does miss an SD and will drop further back, will be passed by Adam and Acid. And now Shift definitely has won it. They win another one, and that is the GG. SM takes map 1 and Shift takes map 2 and 3, winning both of their matches today and securing first place in the group together with Rewolves, I believe, who also won both of their matches, I think. I'm not sure, the second one was still going on.